Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H needs to have a private conversation with one of the company's most beloved superstars. Julia, the 31-year-old star, recently made some shocking comments about the Women's United States Championship. Julia and Zelina Vega will collide for the latter's Women's US title. On SmackDown this week, ahead of the match, Julia made some pretty shocking comments about the championship. She said the title is simply a stepping stone for her, and she doesn't care much about it. The Women's US title was recently introduced under the Triple H regime, and the game should not take Julia's comments lightly. A major WWE superstar disrespecting an important title belt does nothing but devalue it. Triple H needs to have a serious talk with Julia, explaining why her comments were disrespectful. Remember me? The popular female star did everything she could to win the Women's US title, and so did many other women. In the end, Chelsea Green won the belt in the finals of the tournament to crown the inaugural Women's US champion. Michin still hasn't won a title in WWE, despite doing everything she can to win one. She and many others would love to have a Women's US title run. The title means a lot to those women. Unlike Julia, Chelsea Green was the first Women's US champion in WWE history. She was on cloud nine after winning the belt because she had worked incredibly hard for years on end to win a major singles WWE title. Zelina Vega also worked tirelessly for several years before finally being given a chance to hold the belt. She couldn't control her emotions after winning the title. Julia's comments were beyond disrespectful to these women who have given their blood, sweat, and tears to hold the Women's US Championship. To be honest, mid-card belts like the Intercontinental title and the US title are stepping stones toward bigger goals, WWE's world titles. However, one should be cautious about outright calling them stepping stones before you've even won them. To make matters worse, Julia bluntly said she doesn't care much about the Women's US title. Unlike Vega, Julia is aiming for the WWE Women's title and wants to win it somewhere down the line. But she needs to respect the mid-card titles as well. A major storm may be brewing in WWE as a 31-year-old female superstar has found herself in hot water after making controversial public comments, perceived as blatant disrespect toward a championship title. With tensions already high across the locker room, WWE's Chief Content Officer Triple H is reportedly expected to step in and have a serious face-to-face conversation with the talent, potentially changing the course of her WWE trajectory. This is no longer just a storyline. This is real, raw, and threatening to spill into full-blown chaos behind the scenes. The star in question has never shied away from controversy, known for her confident swagger and unapologetic attitude. She has long carried herself with a chip on her shoulder, and that rebellious persona has earned her both adoration and criticism from fans. But her recent actions have crossed a line, at least in the eyes of WWE officials. During a recent appearance on a podcast, the superstar not only mocked the current champion of a major women's title, but also implied that the belt itself means less now than it did when I wasn't even in the title picture. This immediately set social media ablaze, with fans and peers alike weighing in on what some are calling utter disrespect. What makes the situation even more combustible is the fact that this isn't just any championship. It's one that has been painstakingly elevated over the years by legends of the past, and the current champion who has been delivering show-stealing performances consistently. Her comment didn't just come off as shade toward a fellow competitor, it was a shot at the very legacy of the title and those who've held it. Sources backstage say Triple H was blindsided by the statement. A WWE insider told us, "This isn't just a promo gone too far or a tweet taken out of context. This was deliberate, pointed, and showed zero regard for the work others have put in to build that title's prestige." Hunter Triple H takes this stuff seriously. When one of your talents publicly undermines your product, that's a major problem. The superstar's name has been trending online for all the wrong reasons. While some fans defended her as simply speaking her truth, others blasted her attitude as entitled and tone-deaf. The current champion, who many believe the comment was aimed at, posted a cryptic message shortly after the controversy erupted. "Some of us elevate championships, some just crave attention." Big difference. The line, while not directly naming her, was enough to fan the flames and all but confirm tensions between the two stars. Triple H has built his reputation on discipline, professionalism, and respect for the business. He's been known to give second chances and mentor young talent, but he also doesn't hesitate to draw the line when the integrity of WWE is compromised. With WWE currently expanding globally and welcoming mainstream media partnerships, PR disasters like this are the last thing they want. Insiders say that a meeting has already been scheduled between Triple H and the 31-year-old star. And while no details have been confirmed, there are whispers that disciplinary action is very much on the table. Fans have begun speculating whether this could affect the star's placement on upcoming cards or even her future in the company. One source close to the situation mentioned that she was slated to be a key part of an upcoming title feud, potentially at SummerSlam, but now those plans may be restructured or scrapped altogether. That would be a massive shift, considering the push she's been receiving over the last few months and how heavily WWE has invested in her. The timing couldn't be worse either. WWE is currently enjoying strong ratings, merchandise sales are booming, and their international tours have seen sellouts across the board, with all eyes on the women's division following a string of 5-star matches and breakout stars rising. The last thing the company needs is someone devaluing its championships from within its own ranks. Entire saga is part of an elaborate storyline, after all. Blurring the lines between fiction and reality is something WWE has perfected over the years. But all reports coming from reliable sources suggest that this is far from a scripted moment. "This isn't a work," said one well-known wrestling journalist. "You can always tell when WWE is planting seeds for a feud, but this caught the company off guard. It wasn't approved, it wasn't planned, and now they're in damage control." The 31-year-old star in question has since doubled down on her remarks in an Instagram story, stating, "You can't cancel real ones. I said what I said." That bold stance has only added fuel to the fire and left WWE officials reportedly fuming. "There's a difference between edgy and reckless," said a veteran wrestler who asked to remain anonymous. What she did wasn't. Pushing boundaries, it was tearing down the house we all helped build. While the identity of the star is now widely speculated online, WWE has yet to release an official statement. However, their silence may speak volumes. Usually, when situations like this arise, WWE issues a carefully worded press release or redirects attention through a PR campaign. The fact that nothing has been said suggests that real conversations are happening behind the scenes, that consequences are being weighed. There is also concern among fellow superstars, some of whom feel her comments could create a toxic environment in the locker room. "It's disrespectful. Plain and simple," said another current WWE superstar. "We're out here putting our bodies on the line every week, trying to make the titles mean something." When someone takes a verbal dump on all of that work, it's more than just words, it's a slap in the face. Triple H has been praised in recent years for revitalizing WWE's creative direction, especially in the women's division. From giving women more main event slots to introducing new titles and fostering international female talent. His fingerprints are all over this evolution. That's why this situation hits especially hard, because it challenges the very progress he's been spearheading. If the meeting between Triple H and the 31-year-old star results in a suspension, demotion, or even termination, it could send shockwaves throughout WWE and set a precedent for how future controversies are handled. On the flip side, if the star is able to smooth things over and publicly apologize, she may yet salvage her standing with the company. But that would take more than just words. A genuine acknowledgement of the damage done, and perhaps a segment, on Raw or SmackDown, to rebuild trust with fans and the locker room might be necessary. The question now is, how will Triple H respond? Known for being both a fierce authority figure and a thoughtful mentor, he finds himself in a critical position. Does he enforce strict discipline to protect WWE's image and values? Or does he offer a path to redemption for a young star who let her ego take the wheel? Fans are divided. Some want her punished harshly, seeing her actions as a stain on WWE's brand. Others want to see this turned into a storyline, arguing that the real-life drama could be gold if handled properly. But ultimately, it's Triple H who must make the call and, All eyes are on how he'll steer the ship through these rough waters. This situation may very well be a defining moment, not only for the 31-year-old star, but for WWE's evolving locker room culture as WWE pushes into new markets and continues to rebuild its relationship with hardcore and casual fans alike. Moments like these are where leadership is tested, and Triple H, who has walked the line between performer and executive for years, will need to bring all of his experience to bear. Regardless of the outcome, this incident has already made history. It's a glaring reminder of the thin line between character and competitor, between ambition and arrogance, and between expression and insubordination. One thing is certain: the WWE Universe is watching, and they'll remember how this unfolds for a long time. In an industry built on moments, this may go down as one of the most pivotal in recent memory, and Triple H's response could define not just a single superstar's future, but WWE's standards moving forward. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.